comes all of that. But most important, it has been about student learning and student success. And how do we celebrate that with our stakeholders and with our communities that we serve? And wow, today is a wonderful celebration and example of how we truly live our mission about maximum student learning and community engagement and recognition of just success in the workplace. And we are delighted to have all of you here today to learn some wonderful lessons and other information from Sue that she will certainly share with you. Before we bring her up to the podium, I want to recognize in our audience some special people that allow us to do all of this every day. And those are some of our trustees and foundation chair and certainly our past recipients of this award. So we'd like to recognize Daryl Shumway, a member of our Board of Trustees. Daryl, thank you for all that you do. And I believe that Daryl is the only trustee here today. Greg Lesh is also in our audience. He's the chair of our foundation board, College Foundation Board, and we appreciate his service and everything that he does as well for us. If you are a past recipient of the Boyd Davies Executive-in-Residence Award, please stand so that we can recognize you. And again, thank you for your continued service and modeling of business excellence. So thank you for that. I think that is everybody in our audience. Students, we appreciate you coming, and we hope that for the next hour, a little less than an hour, we're giving Sue a hard time about if she speaks until 5 till 12, then we're going to pull her off the stage. But she's going to have great things to say. Students, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to listen and learn from a person who has had great success and certainly demonstrated excellence in her field and in business in general. Please be thinking as you're listening to her, what questions can you ask her at the end, and what information would you like her to share with you. I also want to thank Carol and Angie Tatro and John Patton, members of our business program. They are the leaders in this area and have worked diligently in past years and this year to bring this program together and to, again, identify our recipient today. So let's show a round of applause to thank them for their work. And also the rest of our faculty, staff, and administrative team who are here. We're pleased again with our opportunity to celebrate academic success today through this program, and we are delighted that you're able to spend a small part of your day with us. And again, Sue, we extend congratulations and we honor you today with just a magnificent career and for all your continued support of Pratt Community College. Thank you all.
Thank you, Lisa. So I want to say welcome to everybody, students and community members, past executive-in-residences, and board members, all the distinguished guests in our audience. The Executive-in-Residence began in 1987 with Boyd Davies being the first recipient of this award, hence the name Boyd Davies Executive-in-Residence Award. John Davies, Boyd Davies' son, has been a generous donor for years by sponsoring our luncheon for our celebration. The award winner is chosen by a committee of 3 business faculty, and Lisa mentioned them. It would be John Patton, Angie Tatro, and I. And me, let me get my grammar straight, and a few other PCC people. This year's committee also consisted of Donna Pfeiffer. Thank you to Donna for helping. Lisa Collin and Dr. Michael Fitzpatrick. And he's, that one man in the very back corner there. He is our Vice President of Instruction. And thank you for all of your support. We received several nominations. We received several nominations and we look at past nominations when we determine our winner. And I want to say that Sue Peachey was unanimously voted this year by the committee as the winner, and so we do want to congratulate her on that. Sue is the owner of Peachey Insurance Agency, which is located in Pratt, downtown Pratt. She has worked 10 years in risk management, then became the sub-agent of a large crop insurance agency before forming Peachey Insurance Agency in 1996. She has many distinguished awards, and we're glad to have her here to share her story. And something I learned this morning, which I didn't realize, was she came back to Pratt, or came to Pratt, from Kentucky, is that correct? And she took some night classes here at Pratt Community College, and she didn't actually get the degree. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that, but I told her not to say that, but here I'm saying it. Okay, anyway, and so we feel like this is full circle for her to come back and receive this award, and I think that's a great accomplishment. I think it tells us a lot about where you guys could be in the years, in this number of years. You could be the owner of a business and be receiving this award sometime down the road. And I don't want to give everything away about her. She has an agent with her, Jody Hildebrand, and I'll talk just a little bit about her a little bit later. But between the two of them, they are going to share her story about Peachey Insurance. So please welcome Sue Peachey to the stage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming. It is a great honor for me to stand here today. I am pleased and humbled to accept the 2019 Boyd Davies Executive-in-Residence Award and to join past recipients who I have long admired and respected in this community. I have faced several challenges on my way here, but each one of them has only strengthened me to make the person I am today in both my personal and my professional life. I am the oldest of 3 kids, raised on a family dairy and tobacco farm in Bardstown, Kentucky. Being a farm kid, I learned from an early age how to work hard and to help our parents daily. Despite long hours working outdoors in the heat, our dad played sports in the front yard almost every evening with all 3 of us while Mom was cooking supper. This was my beginning of my love for all sports. Lesson number 1, work hard and learn to play. When I started high school, I got a job off the farm working at a grocery store, which I did all through high school. I did not go off to college. See, you're already one leg up on me if you graduate from PCC. My parents had not finished high school, so there was no pressure to go on to college. Off the farm, I started making money in office positions. A man and a weak moment brought me from Kentucky to Kansas. Larry Thomas, not Mark Peachey. I decided I wanted a better life for my family, especially my daughter. I started at Pratt Community College as a non-traditional student, working during the day and taking classes at night. I took accounting, business, and the general studies. I was trying to gain the knowledge needed to make sure my daughter had more advantages in life than I did. Using that knowledge base, the hard work, and determination, I got a good job at the Federal Land Bank. I was scared and thankful at the same time. For the first few years, this was in the 1980s, we were going through foreclosures and not making very many loans. Interest rates were 13 and 14%, and land prices were falling. I was the receptionist, and the only person you saw when you come through the front door. I had the panic button at my desk that I could hit with my knee if a person came in with a shotgun, which was happening all over the country. In 1987 was a disastrous year, and farmers were required to buy crop insurance if they took federal government payments for disaster. We all got licensed to sell crop insurance in 1988, and that began my learning process for crop insurance, and I worked closely with farmers. After 10 years at the land bank, the now Farm Credit Services, without a degree, there was not chance of advancement for me. With the help of Rich Jantz, a close friend, I went out on my own and got a crop contract with a company in May of 1996. I had done the most important thing in business without really realizing it. I had built strong, lasting relationships with my customers. I had been prompt and honest and helpful and kind and respectful. And I shared that I truly cared about them. So many of the farmers stayed loyal to our relationship and followed me to my own business. Believe me, corporate America tried every way to make sure that I stayed someone's office help. But farmers are caring people, and the reason I'm so successful to this day. We were good friends. You stand up and you take care of your friends. Lesson number 2, you really care, you be respectful, and you build those lasting relationships. You be honest, and you do the right thing. I started my business from scratch. I didn't have a family member handed down to me. My business was located upstairs at the First National Bank building in a suite between the 2 richest men in this town. Sitting at my desk, George Lemon was in his office on the left-hand side, and George Chandler was on the right. I would learn from these 2 older men, and I would stop everything to listen closely to what they had to say. I even worked for the First National Bank for a while during the reorganization of the land bank to Farm Credit Services as Danny Meyer's loan assistant. I eventually came to own part of the bank when the Chandlers decided to sell. As my business began to take off, I needed help. I called out here to PCC and asked for the business department, and I wanted to talk to the top business student at the college for that year, 1998, Jody Hildebrand, sitting right here. She accepted my part-time position and graduated from PCC and went on to K-State to get her degree. She worked during breaks and summers and joined me full-time when she graduated. Jody is still with me to this day, 20 years later, and she is my right hand. She grew up on a farm and has the same work ethic as me. She understands farming. This is the same story for one of my best friends, Teresa Nolan, that works for People's Bank. She asked to come to try for a job at her graduation from PCC, from a call to the business department, and she's still employed over 30 years with that bank. My farmers taught me into expanding our business to all lines of insurance. Their comments: you help us handle all the crop insurance needs, so help us with all our other insurance too, and our farm packages. I had a chance to get on Main Street in 2005 when I bought and remodeled the building at 115 South Main with our first street sign and ready to expand our agency with all lines of insurance. Customers were happy not to have to climb all those steps to the second floor of my office at the bank building. We only had Peachey Insurance listed on a small plaque in the lobby for all those years. I was determined to put more business on the books than the year before as we expanded. Lesson number 3, believe in yourself, determination to set and reach those goals. We were back trying to find contracts with property and casualty companies to get started with our new lines of coverage. Around the same time, a field rep from one of my crop companies wanted to change where she worked. I helped Jenny start her own agency, just like my friend did for me. We started to combine our volume totals, and after a few years, we got contracts we needed together. We still work together, getting contracts to this day. Aaron started as an adjuster for one of my crop companies and wanted to someday have a goal of having his own agency. He drove from Kinsley every day to work in the Pratt office to get the experience needed to be on his own. We now together have a sub-agency location in Kinsley, closer to his home and customers. Lesson number 4, pass it forward. Great teams lead to success. Pick the right people to definitely have key to a successful business. They are my family. The best advertisement is word of mouth, and the best part for a business owner is you don't have to pay for it. I know you have had someone tell you in this town about one of my staff and the excellent job they do for Peachey Insurance. Carrie, you want to stand up, Carrie? Carrie is our front desk, and with that Texas drawl and that yes ma'am and no sir, she is the first great impression of our office, along with all the friendly people who see her smile face and hear her warm greeting even through her phone. Everyone gets a warm greeting coming and going from our office from Carrie. Vinny. Vinny was introduced to me through Red Cross. As a volunteer, I saw how hard she worked to make everyone happy. And she still does that job as an agent, trying to get the best product and the best price for her insurance for every customer that walks through our doors. She is also better than any IT person I could have ever hired, and she speaks Spanish on top of that. A home run in the business world for hiring the right person. Lane, who may have the biggest smile and the biggest heart of all, is amazing with the keying of all the data for crop reports and the many deadlines that go with the government program. After all her years with the lawyer's office, she knows how to dot the I and cross the T to make sure everything is always in order. Jody, the leader of this gang. She does it all. It is like my daughter. I have watched her grow. Sorry, I knew this would be the hardest part. And I am very proud of this young woman. As I get older and want to enjoy life more away from the office, I do love her more and more. Through all the years together, she has shown me she is always there to do whatever needs to be done for the agency, for me, and for our customers. Picking the right person to help me build this agency over 20 years ago from PCC. I couldn't be up here talking about having a very successful business without these people in my life and my agency. Keep good, positive people around you. You spend more time with these people than you do your families. All my staff treat my business as their own and show the same values I have every customer that walks through our doors for any reason. They truly serve our customers. We started out with only crop insurance, teaching all of us great customer service because the price is the same with every company. You're selling only yourself and the service you can give your customer. I love coming to work. Lesson number 5, good people around you. Enjoy what you do. Have the true compassion and love for what you choose to do. Treat people like you want to be treated and they will stay around. We need good, hardworking people in the professional insurance business. You might not think this is a great career, but it is if you do it right. You meet customers that become lifelong friends. You cover the most important things in a person's life. Their auto, their home, their business, their farm, their crops, and you even cover their lives. It can be very emotional for your customer and you at times when disaster hits. You get to prove why they picked you to do business with at loss time by delivering a quick check, getting the irrigation system back up quickly, being there for a shoulder to cry on, or turning in a loss from a wreck, needing your help to deal with the loss paperwork, or comforting someone when they've lost a loved one with a big hug. You make a heart connection that will never leave you and only enrich your soul. This industry has been very good to me. I have amazing friends that are adjusters, fill women, underwriters, company employees, and company presidents that I would never have had a chance to meet and enrich my life without this career. I have got to take company trips with family and friends and employees to such places as New Zealand, and Mark and I jumped off the bridge at high noon where bungee jumping was invented, and Australia, snorkeling in the Great Barrier Reef on my birthday, Canada, Mexico, Hawaii, Costa Rica, a cruise in the Caribbean.
and a cruise and a railroad trip through Alaska. And these are just a few over the last 20 years. I belong and feel strongly about being involved in professional associations. I have been honored to be the Kansas National Director of the Professional Insurance Association for the last 10 years. I also belong to the Crop Insurance Professional Association and the American Association of Crop Insurers. I have enjoyed going to Washington, D.C. for the last 2 years, lobbying for our profession and fighting to protect our livelihood. I am also a strong supporter of the PAC and was recognized as the PAC Person of the Year in 2013. God is good, and God is always good. He has been very good to me and our family, even though I didn't finish college, which Carol said I couldn't say. Business was allowed. Our family had many blessings and opportunities. I enjoy sharing my blessings with my church and my community and my employees. I made sure my daughter did graduate from college at KU and in Georgetown with her PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology, not business though. The best thing I taught her was to work hard, and she earned her full ride at Georgetown. Okay, now for a quick review. Lesson number 1, always work hard and learn to play. Lesson number 2, really care, be respectful, build those lasting relationships by being honest and doing the right thing. Lesson number 3, believe in yourself, determination to reach your goals. Lesson number 4, always pass it forward. Lesson number 5, good people around you. Enjoy what you do. Have a true passion and love for what you choose to do. Treat people like you like to be treated, and they will stay around. I love sports, and at this time of the year, I've got to go to championship classics, Big 12 tournaments, 3 Final Fours, and a few Sweet 16 or league games around the country. One of the coaches said after the games on Saturday night about one of his players, if you give it your all, it will come back tenfold. Lesson number 6. I am the person that got tenfold back in her life. Remember, your insurance is only as good as your agent, and people tell us we are the best. Thank you, God, for an amazing 23 years so far in this business. On a personal note, my shining moments, my husband, which I'm sure he probably won't stand up, Mark Peachey, living with me and putting up with me for the last 31 years on the 22nd of this month, being his wife, and he says lately his girlfriend had stopped in for a short visit during while he was traveling. My daughter, Kelly Jean Craig, I could not be more proud of a woman and mother she has become. KJ is a research scientist, and she loves her work and was just promoted to Associate Chief Health Officer for IBM Watson Health in Denver, Colorado. My grandsons, Cooper and Collier. Nothing in the world compares to the joy of being with these boys. My business has allowed me the opportunity to visit them in Colorado almost every month since Cooper's been born. Cooper's 5 years old and Collier's 2. They make Grammy's heart swell. My family from Kentucky. My sister and I have been taking our mom to all 50 states on vacation after my father's death almost 15 years ago. My mom is 80 years old and still in good health, and we are down to 7 states to visit. I'm very blessed that we can still travel with her, and we do it 3 or 4 times a year. On a closing note, I want to thank you all for coming today and sharing this very special day with me. Thank you again for this honor.
Thank you, Sue. That was wonderful. It really was. Before I introduce our second speaker here, I do want to say thank you to a few other people that did help put this day together. Brenda Sternifer is our administrative assistant in Office Area 9, and she is the one that answers your RSVPs, sends out all the invitations. So I want to say thank you to her. And also to Leah Robinson, who does the food service for us, is going to provide the luncheon. I can't not thank Megan Mayhew and Jessica Ward enough, because every time I'm nervous, I'm running around looking for Jessica, and she's already taken care of what needs to be taken care of. So she's done wonderful. She's the one that created the program. She's the one that created the sign. She's doing the sound in here. I don't know what else she did, but she's been fabulous. So I want to thank all those people, and if I missed anybody, I do apologize, because this can't be done just by the business faculty. It has to be done by everyone. And so I received an email here just this last week from Jody Mitchell. And I didn't know who Jody Mitchell was, but she said she wanted to speak and read or talk about the nomination that she did for Sue Peachey. And I was a little confused because the nomination letter actually had Linda Stelzer's name on it. So I was like, I know you're not the same person, but is this the letter? So anyway, in the meantime, I said, could you please send me a little bit of information back about yourself so I can introduce you? And she said, yes, my name is Jody Hildebrand Mitchell. And she's been an agent at Peachey Insurance for 21 years. And that she was a student at PCC, and I'm going to say a few short years ago, because when I read that email, I knew immediately who she was, because she did win our Outstanding Business Transfer Student Award in 2000, and literally my stomach just did flips, and I think I was physically sick for a short period of time, because I just thought 21 years ago, that's a long time, and this is one of our students, two of our students sitting here on the stage today that we are so proud of, and I want our students to take away from this not only that you can be successful like either one of these two ladies, but think about where you're going to be in 20 or 30 years from now, and where you can be and what you have to do to get there. So without further ado, let's welcome Jody Hildebrand Mitchell to the stage.
It is with great admiration that I get to tell you a little bit about Sue Peachey, our 2019 Boyd Davies Executive-in-Residence Award winner. My name is Jody Hildebrand Mitchell, and I am proud to call Sue Peachey my boss, my friend, my mentor, and my second mother. I began working for Sue in November of 1998. I was a student here at PCC and worked in the Vice President of Education, who was Jim Stratford at the time's office. Like Sue had said, she called PCC Business Department and asked for the business department to recommend their top business student to come and talk with her to see if they were a good fit for employment. Well, I guess that was me at that time. What Sue did not know then, and I don't think that I really ever told her, was I really didn't want to go to the interview. I was a straight A student. I worked part-time here at PCC, and I cleaned 2 houses a week. I wasn't really looking to take anything else on, but with some persuasion from a couple of different individuals, here I am, 21 years later, with not just a job, but a career that I love. This is what Sue was speaking about when she said that hard work and dedication makes things happen. Throughout the years, Sue and Peachey Insurance have received many professional awards. In 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018, she was named the Farmers Alliance Advantage Agent. In 2014, she received a presidential citation for grateful appreciation for the outstanding service as chair of the PIA National Image Committee by the National Association of Insurance Agents. In 2013, she was named the PIA PAC Person of the Year. And in 2006 and 2007, Peachey Insurance was named the Pratt Area Chamber of Commerce Distinguished Business. Every year from 2003 to 2012, Peachey Insurance was recognized in the President's Club by Farmers Mutual Health Company for our increased sales and volume. I also wanted to tell you more about the positions that Sue has held professionally. She has been the Secretary, Treasurer, Vice President, and President of the Kansas Professional Insurance Agents Board, the PIA Kansas National Director for many years, a model for the PIA Image Committee, a PIA member of the Government Affairs and Nominating Committee, a member of the PIA and the Government Crop Insurance Working Group, And in 2007, Sue became a certified professional insurance agent, which is a designation we put after our names. Anyone that knows Sue knows she doesn't just like to sit around. She has been very actively involved throughout the years with the Sawyer Methodist Church, the Pratt Airport Board, the Park Hills Women's League. She was a Rotary member, involved with the Chamber of Commerce, a Miss Kansas volunteer for many years. She even put on the parade one year. A Pratt USD 382 board member for 8 years, Red Cross board member and volunteer, and a Bread of Life volunteer. I want to end in saying that Sue built Peachey Insurance from the ground up into this exceptionally successful insurance agency for our community. Sue is very giving with her time, knowledge, and resources, and truly cares about the well-being of our insurers and for others. I am honored to have worked for Sue for so long, as she is a remarkable woman and a true friend.
So every time I sit down, I think of somebody else I should be thanking. So I do want to thank the custodians for helping, because they do have to put together all, they move everything around for the luncheon and in here, and they keep our grounds very nice, and so I do appreciate that. And so at this time, I would like to open the floor for questions. And so Sue, if you want to come back to the microphone, and if anybody has a question, we would address that, and also thank you to all the students for coming.
I was curious what your favorite part of your job is.
Probably the favorite. Probably the favorite part of
My job is going out to a farm and getting to meet with a farmer and seeing everything that they own, and trying to put a package together that can help save them money and keep that operation going for a period of time.
What was the most challenging thing you had to overcome?
At the very beginning, when corporate America did not want me to be out on my own. Trying to get contracts when you start out, if you don't buy out somebody's agency or you have a family member to hand one down, it's very hard not having a volume total to be able to get a contract from a company, because everything in the insurance business is based on a volume amount. So they usually want quite a bit of total of volume, which is premium money, policies sold, to get started. That was the hardest part.
What is a good advice that you want to give for a student that wants to start their own business coming out of college?
Get the knowledge you need to have a good footing, pick the right people to be around you, and give it all you got.
Good morning. When you start your business first, what challenges you faced with, and how did you keep going?
The biggest challenge at the very beginning was making sure I did have the right people, which I did choose well, and I still continue to choose well. Also, you're always scared that you will not put enough volume on the books to be able to make sure that everybody makes a good living that works for you. There's always the pressure. It's not just you taking care of your own family, but you're taking care of 4 or 5 other families too. They're all dependent on you to make sure that paycheck is there. That's one of the hardest things, to always make sure that you focus and try your very best. That's why everybody can move along to a better place in their life.
How do you deal with the stress from your job?
I would say drink a lot, but I just kind of gave that up. You have to get away. That's why I take trips and spend time with the grandchildren. You have to separate yourself. It'll eat you up if you don't. You're trying to make too many people happy. In my case, employees, company, customers. everybody in your life you're trying to make happy. Every now and then you have to take time to make yourself happy.
What are different things that you do every day to be a good boss?
I always try to be kind. I always try to recognize the work they do. And I'm always appreciative. And I try to always compensate. If I do get a trip, I do invite my girls to go with me.
What do you think is the biggest advantage of owning your own business?
I got trips. I make that money. I work hard, and if you surround the place, it's amazing to be able to help other people. There's always a good side and a bad side to everything, but it is really wonderful owning your own business and being your own boss. If you work for other people, sometimes they don't treat you like you want to be treated. That's one thing. I've always treated all my employees like I'd like to be treated, not like some of my bosses in the past. That's the best thing about being your own boss.
Oh yeah, what's been your favorite trip?
Probably the New Zealand and Australia one. That was pretty cool.
Hey, what do you plan on doing for the next 10 to 20 years for the company?
What do I plan to do in the next year?
20 years, like, are you planning on expanding to different states?
I have a license in Colorado, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Missouri now, so we do business in other states. I do business in almost all of Kansas, at least the far western side of Kansas, anyway. It's almost transition time for me. When you say 10 or 20, I don't think you realize how old I am. I will turn 64 on Saturday, so 20 years is way too long for me to still be in this business. But yes, that point in my life is ready to start. That transition is what do I do with my agency, and hopefully I pass that on to very good hands that continue with the same philosophy and the same growth and the same goals that I've set to start it.
I was just curious, what were the last 7 states that you haven't visited yet?
Okay, and I knew somebody would ask. So I can name most of them, but I want to make sure. Alaska, Idaho, Nebraska, North Dakota, Utah, Vermont, and Wisconsin. This last year we got South Dakota, all the Cape Cod area, and Oregon, and Washington State. So we usually try with my mom to at least do 3, maybe 4. My sister works at a bank. We use literally all of her vacation, 4 weeks a year, to take my mom on a different trip.
Why did you want to start your own insurance company?
Why did I? I needed a change.